Yo, 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 what is going on, y'all? I go by the name of Sebastian Rodder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And before I introduce y'all to our guest today, my brother, for a long time now, shit, over 7 years, man, we've been doing this shit, bro. Make sure y'all hit that big red button that says subscribe under whatever screen you watching this on. And hopefully that screen is a TV because you tapped in with Cut Different TV. Join the Cut Different family, man. Without further ado, we got my brother, Mr. My brother Ducey Gold in the building. What's happening with you, playboy?
What up, gang?
Man, coolin'. You already know the vibe, man.
Shit.
How you fucking with Brooklyn?
You know, I'll be up here, so it's cool. It's cool. It's always good to be in the city, bro. I can't live here, but, you know what I'm saying, I definitely like visiting, bro.
Why you can't live here?
It's just it's just too much shit going on to where it's like I would drive myself crazy. But, you know, it's good to visit. I like being the nigga that visit. You know what I'm saying? I like being the one that's like, oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's Deuce. He from out of town type
Yeah.
shit, you know? I don't like being the regular
I feel that.
anywhere.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Type shit. And you get into a whole bunch of, you an entrepreneur, you a content creator, you an influencer, and you an artist. So, you know, on Cut Different TV, you know the vibes, man. We figure out what makes these artists, these content creators, these creatives in general different and unique, right? Because everybody can put a record together. You know, if you spend enough time in the studio, you can make a song.
Facts.
If you spend enough time in the stores, in the mall, you can put a fit together.
Right.
If you spend enough time behind the camera, you can take some photos or shoot a video. But at the end of the day, if you really want to be different, there's shit that goes along with that. You feel me?
For sure.
So tell me a little bit more about your journey coming up, bro, and like what made you want to even get into music and this creative space in general.
Bro, honestly, my come up was just, you know what I'm saying, I pretty much every interview, bro, I always talk about my parents because I grew up with a solid foundation, just like from a perspective of what my parents were instilling in me. You know what I'm saying? From the very moment I came out the womb, my parents told me, like, you're going to be great. Like, you have greatness inside of you. Like, God is watching over you. All this type of stuff. And it's like, over time, you don't realize it as a kid, but over time, you start to believe it. And, you know, and it's just like, when you got that type of foundation, it's hard for you to really, like, fail no matter what you do. It's more so about, like, setting expectations for yourself and just kind of, like, not letting the world and what other people will try to say and tear you down, not letting that happen and kind of just really just living out what, you know what I'm saying, is instilled in you. So that's really, like, in a nutshell, kind of why I am who I am and why I kind of just effortlessly float throughout life and kind of everybody, you know, just like, oh, damn, like, this, you know what I'm saying? It's because I come from a foundation where it's like that was the expectation from day one. So,
and you just have that faith. Like, I think the other day we was talking and you was like, bro, like, I don't talk about it like that, but I just feel like God has always had his hand over me.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like whether you're Christian or whether you know, believe in the universe or spirituality or whatever it is, there's that force.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I think, like, you know, it's a force. It really is, you know. And, like, I always love to use the analogy of, like, an ocean. You know, like, God is the ocean. Me and you, Vic, you know what I'm saying? We are like, if you take a cup, dip it in the ocean, and then that cup, the water inside of that cup is us. And it's like we are a part of God, you know? And so a lot of people, like, may think, oh, my God, that's blasphemous. How dare you say that, you young swippers? No, I'm just playing. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Like, that's what it really is. And if everybody believed that, everything would be more smooth.
Yeah.
But, you know, people have self-doubt. People, you know what I'm saying, like, do whatever they do. But, you know, that's how I look at it, you know.
Yeah.
I look at myself, I'm not a God, but I got godly energy. And I try my best to live that out. And that comes in the form of being compassionate, having empathy, you know what I'm saying, like, understanding that I'm going somewhere, I have a purpose, you know. All of those things play a part into, you know, what makes you you. And so, you know, I really believe in that. And it definitely guides me in a positive direction, I feel like.
Definitely,
You know what I'm
I fuck with that. That's a
Sure.
solid perspective. And I definitely don't think that's blasphemous because if somebody were to pick up the Bible, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You would see that we all have a piece of God within us. You dig?
Absolutely.
So I think that metaphor, that analogy is crazy. That's solid. I never heard anybody put it that way before, but that's facts.
Yeah,
You
no,
feel
for
me?
sure. And I ain't make that up either. I can't tell you who I heard that from, but I heard that from somebody and it made sense, so I just said it.
Well, if they hearing it for the first time, they heard it from Ducey Gold.
Type shit.
You dig?
Yeah.
So, you know, growing up, you know what I'm saying, you was always, you know, obviously you mentioned the foundation of having that self-belief.
Yeah.
And, you know, but growing up in high school and playing ball and being an athlete and having, you know, dreams of playing in the league as well.
Yeah.
Like, you've always kind of had that energy of, like, you're different. You're doing something that is at a high level, whether it's music, whether it's athletics, whether it's both at the same time, whether it's putting that shit on. You know what I'm saying? So walk me through those earlier days and shit when niggas thought they was going to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? When did you first pick up a mic for real?
Bro, I first picked up a mic, like, when I was, like, 4. And
I seen that shit. You was at the church performing, right?
Yeah, I used to. That was one video, but that used to be every Sunday. Not every Sunday, but like that was a regular thing. Like the pastor would have me come on stage. I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We gonna do it again. And you know, when you a kid, like everybody just hyping you because you got enough courage to just go on stage. Yeah. And so at the time, obviously, like nobody was like, "Oh, he gonna be an artist." You know what I'm saying? But it was more so just like I was a kid and I was just having fun. And I did like I think I liked the attention in a weird way. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't put it into words and I didn't consciously like say like I like the attention. But, you know, looking back on it, I liked the attention and the feeling of I'm doing something that is entertaining people. And so, you know, it's just like anything else. Like when you feed into a spirit or you feed into something, especially in a kid, it'll grow. And it's like, that's why I always tell people, like, you know, never shoot down a kid's dream. Never tell them, like, oh, you need to make a realistic option. You need to have a plan B. Because at the end of the day, like, that shit is not, that's just instilling self-doubt. Because at the end of the day, people are smart enough to realize, like, yeah, you need a plan B. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you're an adult telling a kid that, it's instilling self-doubt. And it could be a small, minute portion of self-doubt. But just like like I said, you know, the spirit can grow in a positive way. Self-doubt can grow in a negative way.
Negative grows and compounds a lot faster than positivity.
Exactly.
Does. Yeah.
So, you know, that's why, bro, my parents never did that. My parents, I got a crazy story. So about the football, right? I had what's called an Oates procedure on this knee my freshman year of high school. I was supposed to be the backup quarterback on varsity as a freshman. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a big deal for me. And I had an Oates procedure. Basically, like, I broke my kneecap pretty much. And so I was down in the dumps. I'm like, damn, like, you know, as a freshman in high school, like, expecting, have all these expectations, and then that happening, it's pretty devastating. And I didn't find out till I was, like, 23, bro. The doctor told my parents I would never play football again. And my parents never told me until I was 23 and done playing football. And I played all the way up through high school into college.
Division I, too.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right. So
Go Pirates, purple and gold.
Type shit. You feel me? So that's just that's an example of, like, your belief system can shape your reality, bro. And, you know, like, I can't speak on that enough, bro. My parents are just a huge reason of why I'm able to, like, maneuver through life and not really have fear and not really have all these negative thoughts in my head. And, you know, I'm blessed. That's a blessing because not a lot of people have that, and I'm aware of that too. So I definitely don't take it for granted.
Word. So that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And so obviously, you know, you playing ball, right? You doing your thing. You're creative. You've been an influencer for a long time. You go to school, and that's where we cross paths. You know what I'm saying? In Greenville, North Carolina, the black hole, if you know, you know. You feel me? But you was making music in high school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And really, that's kind of where you really started to really pop. So tell me about, you know, kind of being that athlete and being the artist at the same time, and then, like, kind of deciding, all right, because you dropped out of school. Yeah. So walk me through that process of going from the athlete to the artist and then going full-time into artistry.
So one thing I can say, bro, to answer that question is thankfully, I never attached my identity to either one.
Mm.
I never, and I saw that, bro. It used to be so lame to me. I used to see, like, athletes that were, like, my peers at the time when I was playing football in high school and college that attached their whole identity to being an athlete. And it was like once that was stripped away from them, whether it was due to injuries or just, aging out or whatever, they were stuck with their, like, just stuck. Like,
Yeah.
what do I do now? In that box. And it's like.
And not the good kind of box.
Right. Right.
I wouldn't mind getting stuck in that.
Type shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, like, and again, and I hate to be like, oh, my parents. But, like, again, that was one of the things that my parents told me, like, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be. So on days I felt like being a rapper, I was a rapper, and I was going to do it at a high level. And on days where I felt like busting ass on the football field, I was going to bust ass on the football field. On days where I wanted to fucking write a poem, that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just my mindset, and it's still my mindset. Like, and so I never attached my identity to being a football player. So I was able to maneuver from one realm to another effortlessly because it was just like, yeah, like, I just do this. And thankfully, God-given talents as well helps. You know what I'm saying? Like, being naturally gifted at things and, like, over time you just cultivate, you practice your craft, you work on your craft. I took my mindset that was instilled in me through coaches and stuff on the football field and kind of, like, was able to apply it to music. Like, okay, like, I know I practice in football, so let me practice in the studio. I look at the studio as, like, it's like a workout. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, bet. Let me just go ahead and make this song in 20 minutes just to get one out of there, just to get one out of my system. That's how I go in the studio. I'll go make a song. Like last night, I'll just make a song just to get started. It might be the most bullshit song ever, but it's just like, all right, bet. I'm getting my reps in. So that way, like, all right, cool. When it's game time, when it's the Super Bowl, I'm ready to be in that studio. I don't give a fuck if Michael Jackson was in the studio. I'm a perform, and I'm gonna do it at a high level because I've practiced. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, mindset is everything, bro.
Type shit.
Yeah.
And what was the first record where, because you dropped out, you went to L.A.,
Yeah.
you did your thing, and I want you to tell that story as well, going out to L.A. and that experience. But, like, what was the record that says, I think I know what the record was, but for the people that don't know, first off, before we even get into that, because we about to give them some shit. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, man, join the Cut Different family. Stop playing. Press that big red button that says subscribe. Drop a like. Drop comments. You know what I'm saying? And share this with your friends and quit hating. Keep watching the interview, though. I ain't mean that in no disrespectful way you did. Welcome. Welcome. But, yeah, man, so you moved, tell me about that record that really set shit off for you.
First off, let me just put this out there. I feel like I haven't had that record that really, really set shit off for me yet. And that's another thing that drives me. But in that time period, the Love record for sure was the one, because it was like I had finally kind of broke out of that, like, local rapper like realm. Like, I had shown over the course of, like, basically just from being consistent, I had been making music, realistically, like, dropping tracks since, like, high school. And by this time I'm like a sophomore in college. So when I dropped Love, it was like, okay, he's been making music. It's getting better every single time. Like, this was when I still was, like, figuring out how to mix, taught myself how to mix. You know what I'm saying? So it was like people could kind of, like, see the effort that I was putting into it, so they respected it, and the music was good. And shout out BLK, actually. BLK made that beat. He was 15 at the time. He is now, bro, he produced on Snooze with SZA. He produced for Tory Lanez. Like, BLK is a legend, and he's from Scotland. So shout out BLK. You already know I got love for you, my boy. I think a large reason why that song did so well was because the production was crazy. And so shout out BLK. And so, yeah, that was, like, one of those records where it was just, like, it was infectious, and it was good, bro. It was just a good feeling, and it was one of those things that everybody can relate to. Broke my heart, but that shit was broken anyway. Bitch, I'm too high. I might just take up, or I just might
up anyway.
Facts. I don't even remember what I said.
No more.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And I seen you perform that shit live, and that's like when that that bridge and that come up on the intro, and then it drops, and motherfuckers like, bro,
Yeah.
Like, that shit goes crazy, bro.
Thank you, bro. And it's crazy because, like, now, bro, I don't even really like that song for real. But at the at the end of the day, like, I definitely appreciate what it did for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely opened up a lot of doors for me. The video was crazy. Shout out John Raw. Like, you know, that video was crazy. The way I ended up even shooting that video was crazy. I had been in L.A. couch hopping. I think a lot of people know, like, I was basically homeless in L.A. Like, I didn't have a place to stay for real. I only knew one person before going to L.A., and that was my boy Agent. And he told me I could come pull up on him for 2 weeks. But I moved out to L.A. for like 6 months. So I just knew I had somewhere to go for, 2 weeks, and I was going to figure it out because I was just so hungry. And thankfully, I was so young to the point where it was like people were like taking me in because it was like I was a kid for real. So it was like that I had that going for me, and I wasn't even thinking about that. But that was like looking back on it, that helped me. But yeah, bro, I left school because I was playing football. And then when my coach got fired, Coach Mo, it was just like, all right, bet. Nothing is stopping me from being the full artist that I really am already. Like, I was already kind of, like, cool on the football anyway. And so when I moved to L.A., bro, it was just like there's no reason for me to, like, I have nothing holding me back. And I think that helped boost the song because it was like, okay, damn, like, dude's got this song named called Love that's hard as fuck. Everybody's playing it at ECU. And now he just moved to L.A. Oh, shit. Like, damn, he making you know what I'm saying? Like,
Perception,
and that was back before Instagram algorithm was like what it is. Like, like if I was posting that bitch, everybody at ECU was seeing that bitch damn near. You know how, like, back in that time, it was like it was just your following that was seeing your shit. So, it was a beautiful time, bro. And I definitely look back on that with fond memories, bro, for sure.
Hell yeah. And so that was kind of the one that was like, I bet, okay, your transition out of just being, an artist from North Carolina, whatever the case may be, and you're always an artist from North Carolina, but
Right.
transitioning out of just like people seeing you in that light.
Right.
And then when you go to LA, it's kind of like, oh, he made it, right?
Right.
To people that have never done shit, it's like, yo, LA, like,
Right.
you feel me?
Right.
So you go out to LA, you have one person out there, you're kind of moving around, you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
I think that is a perfect transition into something that I feel like you have intrinsically, which is the way that you're able to balance relationships and maintain great relationships with great people.
Absolutely,
so
bro.
Walk me through that and kind of what that journey was like being out there, and then how you applied those lessons into, how you've continued to grow in your artistry.
Yeah, bro. I was just like, it's crazy because, like, a lot of the people that I met out there, bro, during that time of my life, I still, like, I could go pull up on them right now, And so, I don't know. I just, like I was talking to you the other day in the car, like, I just always be trying my best to just be genuine. And if I have somebody that shows me love and is we have a good interaction, I just try to cultivate that relationship as possible, because you never know who somebody's going to be. Like, Nav had a crazy lyric. He was like, be careful who you shit on. They might make it, never know. And that's the truest shit ever. Like, you never know where somebody's going. You never know what somebody's going through. So, like, ego sometimes will, like, especially at that time, I can fully admit I used to have, like, a elevated ego. Like, especially coming from where I came from, like, nobody in my city was, like, ever had done shit musically. You know what I'm saying? Like, except P.D. Pablo. I don't want to be disrespectful. But, like, for the most part, niggas weren't really doing shit musically. So, like, I had an ego, and that was back in the time where, like, bro, I was, like, making money wasn't my main priority. And so, like, I was trying to use music as, like a way to make money. And it was like, oh, I got these many followers, and you got less than me, and like, your music your music is not moving, so I'm going to charge you for it. Like, that was just young nigga shit that just lame as fuck to me now. Like, I don't even do features. Like, and if I do, it's for free, and it's crazy. Like, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but
nah, you good.
Waka Flocka actually told me that. I opened for him, and when I met him, I had like $2,500 on me in cash, like, and that was all the money I had. But I was just like, you remember that? Actually,
Yeah,
I was wearing your hat.
Yeah.
I was wearing your brand, and I just had all the money on me. I was like, but it's crazy how shit work out because like low key that was like it helped me.
Yeah.
Because it was like damn like he opened it for Waka Flocka. He got all this cash like what the fuck you know?
You in college too, so
Right.
2,500 is
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas weren't doing that.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, it's like I should have put that in the bank. But
Yeah.
you know, niggas do dumb
Image.
shit. Yeah. And so perception is reality. So like. Waka Flocka told me he was like, bro. I was like, I got 2,500 for you right now. I was willing to give, Flocka every dollar I had for the feature, and he was like, just let it be free. And he said that to me a long ass time ago, and bro, it took me years to really know what he meant. And what he meant was like, bro, like you can't pay for it. You can't pay for a relationship. Like some people try, and some people even get close, but it's like you're not getting the relationship. It's transaction. If it's free, that means it's off the strength. It's off the love. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's locked in. So it took me years to understand that. And when I finally did, you know, it took things like psychedelics and, you know what I'm saying, all types of shit to, like, push my ego down, you know, to realize, like, yo, you're a human like everybody else. Like, just because you got talents and just because you got this and that don't mean shit, really, in the grand scheme of things, because we all go to the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody the same.
That's
So,
it.
you know, it took me years to kind of, like, get myself in check. But I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, nah, definitely. So having genuinity and, you know, making meaningful connections and just being authentic as an individual, you feel like played into that. I feel like that's something that people can learn.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like the transactional mindset of approaching relationships, especially as artists, creatives, you know, there's a difference between charging a rate and having a barrier to entry versus shit being transactional.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like, you know, to echo your point, you're not really going to get nowhere just, you know what I'm saying, if a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
You're not getting nowhere.
It's like, I mean, it's you paying for time.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And that's why the Cut Different family is so important, you know what I'm saying? That's why you should subscribe. That's why you should tap in, follow us, see what we got going on, man, because, you know, there's more to life. There's more to this platform than just Cut Different TV. We got a lot of shit going on, you dig? And so we building meaningful relationships like with my brother Ducey Gold. So, you know what I'm saying? You go out to L.A., you come back to Greenville.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so what happens after that?
Bro, and this goes back to, like, just me, God putting his hand on me all throughout my life. Like, I couldn't make no wrong decisions. Like, at the time, I'm like, damn, should I do this? Should I not? But I always just been a risk taker, and it's been because, like, I know, like, no matter what I do, like, I'm going to figure out a way to be good and to, like, let my light shine type shit. And it's like, when I came back, I was fucked up because I had dropped out of school. I didn't have no way of making real money. My music wasn't bringing in enough money to where I could live off of. And so, you feel me? I just had to start, like, doing little jobs here and there, make some, you know, I always been a hustler. Like, I'm going to get some money. But it was, you know, it was kind of tough for a little bit. And then, you know, I had an opportunity to move out to Columbus, Ohio with, you know what I'm saying, a friend of mine. And, like, I can speak fully transparently about it. Like, at the time, bro, a friend of mine, you know, reached out an opportunity and really believed in me and allowed me to move in with him and, like, basically, like, take my music full time and, like, be an artist full time and basically put, like, the financial aspect and the financial weight kind of, like, off my shoulders. And I really appreciate it to this day. You know, I definitely, like,
feel like that was a big time of growth.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, like, you know, me and that person, we fell out over some stupid shit. But at the end of the day, like, I never, regret making that decision. And I don't hold, like, no resentment towards that person now that I'm 25. You see what I'm saying? Like, we fell out over some stupid shit. But at the end of the day, I really do still appreciate, like, somebody saying, I see your talent. I see that you got potential. I'm going to try to help you with what I got. Because, I mean, we both were, like, youngins, but he was in a position where he could help me, and he did. So, you know, that definitely took me to a whole different level, turned me up again. Because it was like, all right, bet. Now I ain't got to worry about making money, paying for video. You know, like, penny pinching to just even be an artist. Like, I could be an artist full time and really just focus on my music. And so that's when I came out with like Can You Hear Me, and you know, a lot of records, like
the visuals started going crazy in that time period. I remember.
Yeah, because I could just use the money that I was making to just put it into like my content, and that's when I met Tommy. And it's crazy, bro. I met Tommy like the year before at Breakaway Festival when I performed at Breakaway, and Tommy was a photographer there, but he was from Columbus, Ohio. And at the time, I'm like, Columbus, Ohio, what the fuck? Like, man, and I ain't never heard of that. Yeah. I'm never going there, you know? And I didn't even think about it. Like, then a year later, I moved to Columbus, and Tommy's just like, yo, bro, like, you know, and to this day, that's one of my best friends. Like, and it's shit like that just let me know, like, all right, yeah, you was making the right decisions the whole time. You was going where you needed to go. And so, you know, my content raised because Tommy was touching damn near everything I had, like whether it was videos, photos, like he was making my shit look premium. And so that just kind of played into more like just the overall brand and the overall story and, you know, just everything that I had going on. And so I was up there for about a year and a half for real. And
then you went to Houston, right?
Yeah, then I went to Houston. I went to Houston for like 6 months. Same situation. Like, my friend just gave me an opportunity to kind of just come kick it, be an artist. Like, that's the thing, bro. Like, being an artist, man, like, it's so hard because, like, unless you take, I'm not going to say a handout, but, like, you got to give up something to really be an artist full time. Unless you're just paid, like, you just got bread to where you don't have to think about finances. So most people don't have that, you know, that option. So you either gotta make your own bread and then fund yourself, which is a risk, and it's also daunting.
And it's taking time away from your craft.
Right. You know, it's just it's one big game at the end of the day. And when you're a youngin', you don't know how to play the game. So you don't know that you can go get $50,000 from the bank with your credit. If you got good credit, you don't know that you can, you know what I'm saying, go talk to investors, pitch yourself to investors that are outside of the music industry and say, hey, like, and then, you know, draw up an actual plan and say, hey, look, like, this is how I'm going to make XYZ return, da-da-da-da. Who want to fuck with me? It's shit like that that you don't know when you coming up. And so a lot of people, they take deals that are short-term wins but long-term L's. And it's like, you know, you just learn over time. But, yeah, went to Houston. And then that's why in my last song, Spin Again, I was like, I was a kid, but I'm feeling grown now. Packed up my bags. I moved to my own house. Praying that they feel me on. Got no rollout. I just sit inside the booth, and then I pour my soul out. Like, that's real shit, bro. That's real shit because I've been making music for a long-ass time, but it took me a minute to, to stand on all 10 as a grown-ass man. Because chasing the dream, chasing the music, I'm still chasing the music, but I had to get to a point where it was like, all right, like, I'm good. I can be Duce and be good. And I can also be the music. And that's why, like, I never really been focused on, like, blowing up. I more so just been focused on, like, securing myself as a person. And, like, I don't know. That's kind of just, I feel like a lot of people don't look at it like that. Like, I'm not out here chasing some big, like, moment. I'm just trying to, like, get better every day as a person, bro. And, like, whatever come is what's for me. Like, what's for me is what's for me. So
type shit. And so, what does life look like today for Ducey Gold?
Shit, I'm still grinding, bro. I'm still grinding. I don't know if I ever will, like. I don't think I have a bone in my body that's gonna be like, all right, bet you can chill. Even when I'm 70 years old, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I gotta get to this something. I would hope I got the money on by then. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be, I don't know. It's just like I got drive, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta wake me up in the morning and be like, all right, this what you know, come on, Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like I gotta get it any way, shape, or form. whatever I'm focused on at the time. And my shit changes. You know, my desires change. Like we were talking about. Like, I used to really want to be like a star. I really wanted to be like on stage, like, look at me, like, and that was kind of the ego that was playing a big part into that.
Because it validated
everything that I already. It was validating, but it was also just like self-serving, bro. Real self-serving. Like, look at me, I'm you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way I like, you know, that was what I was dealing with in my head as a youngin', just like a idiot for real. You know how young boys are. We just dumb as fuck. We just got the wrong. Let's keep it a buck. I really wanted to be a star because I knew what came with that when it came to the bitches, the, you know what I'm saying, the money, the lifestyle. Like, that shit was attractive as fuck to me. But at the end of the day, bro, like, that ain't that.
When you really having it for real.
It's
when
like
you having it without all that.
Right.
And then you know what it takes. When you really study shit and you really know what it takes to get there and the sacrifices that you got to make.
Right.
And then you kind of be like, well, shit, niggas is having it right now.
Right.
I'm still doing fire shit. My music is still hard.
Right.
I'm still influencing niggas. Do I want to sign my life away and sell my soul for this shit?
Right. It's
you
like,
feel me?
Bro, my boy JR, shout out JR, man. That's my nigga. He a crazy producer, crazy engineer, like super talented. One of the most talented motherfuckers I ever seen, like touch a computer and like go crazy. Anyway, he told me one time, he was like, or I think he posted a caption on Instagram. He was like, motherfuckers trying to be cool instead of just being cool or some shit like that. And it was like, I was like, that's a fact, bro. I was one of those niggas. Like, I was trying to be cool. I really wanted to be Uzi. I'm going to keep it a whole bean. I wanted to be Uzi, for, like, when I was, like, 17, 18, 19. I wanted to be Uzi. You feel me? And then, like, I had to realize, like, nigga, I'm Deuce. And, like, there's fucking niggas in my hometown that would kill to be me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shitting on them by trying to be Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some, like, 3D chess shit, you know? And it's like, the more you, and it sounds so cliche, but it's like, nigga, just be yourself, bro. Just be your fucking self. And, like, I have to tell myself that to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to, like, want to conform when you're in a room like, you know, like, I should probably act this way. I don't want to, you know? Shit like that is always going to creep into your brain, but you got to tell it no. And listen to yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen to that voice in your head that's telling you where to go.
That angel on your shoulder. Because the devil always going to be like, nah, nigga, you not good enough. Nah, right. you not dripping hard enough for that.
Right.
You know, you
can't pull that off. I hate when niggas say that, bro. Oh, my God, that shit get under my skin, bro.
Or like, that work, like, I would never be able to do that.
Yeah, it's like what you mean, bro? What the fuck do you mean? Wait, what you mean you can't pull that off? Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And don't worry about the repercussions. Don't worry about what a motherfucker gonna say. And, you know, just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Like, it's not rocket science, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, man, I mean, you know, modern day, bringing it to current times, I mean, you shining, obviously.
Tight.
You know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about that pendant you got on your neck, man.
Shit, man, this SOG, big SOG shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, going back to the relationships, bro, like, my big homie Carter,
shout out Carter, man.
Yeah,
Real
Carter
one.
Sosa, man. That's my big bro for sure. Basically, bro, like, I met him at Breakaway. Feel me? I pulled up on him, youngin'. Like, yo, like, he was in an R8. I'm like, what you do? Like, put me on. Like, I need something. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? And I think he kind of just peeped, like, my energy and just peeped, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the aura, but he just, like, he saw something in me. We connected, you know what I'm saying? Like, had a real genuine first interaction. You know those interactions where it's like you meet somebody and, like, you don't know it at the time, but, like, they going to be in your life for a long time type shit. And that's what it was. And we just stayed connected, bro, like, for years. I would FaceTime him when I would be in Ohio, telling him my plans. Like, him being like, yeah, keep working. Like, just, like, being a real big bro.
Yeah.
So being supportive, bro. And that's another thing, like, I think we can go into, too, but, like, I think we need more of that in the black community. Like, just like being there for the youngins. Like, you don't gotta be like no activist, but like be there for the youngins. You know what I'm saying? Like, if more of us black men was like, yo, y'all niggas get right. Like, this shit not sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, really like taking responsibility for the youngins in the community. But anyway, Carter looked out for me, and you know, I'm just saying we always just stayed connected. And then, shit, over the past year, bro, he just hit me. He was like, yo, like, woody whoop, brought me into SOG and shit. Like, at first it was kind of just like I was like an outsider, but then I kind of just, you know what I'm saying, I met more of the SOG group, and, you know what I'm saying, Perp, CD, TY, Tati, like, it's so many people in SOG, man, that like really like just genuine people. Doogie, like a lot of SOG people, just real genuine, and it's a family. It's not really like it's a label, but it's also a family. And you know what I'm saying, Carter brought me in off the strength of him, and I just felt like I was at home. And you know, shout out my bro CD, bro, like changed my life, like gave me an opportunity again, like gave me an opportunity when he didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of how I got into the position I'm in now, as far as just being able to like focus on music. And it's kind of weird that, like, now that I'm actually thinking about it, bro, it's like a common theme. Like, I kind of get fucked up, or like not fucked up, because like now I'm older, so like there's less like fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's less of a drop.
You have more of a cushion every time.
Yeah, every time it's a bigger cushion type shit. But it's a common theme of like people taking notice, like, damn, like you can really be somebody, and then them extending a like olive branch, and then like me like being like, all right, bet. And then kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? And some of those people end up not really being like
who they say they was.
Yeah. And then some of them people actually end up being lifelong friends. And so, you know, like I'm one of those motherfuckers where it's like I genuinely, if I never have like a hit song, I'm going to still be making music when I'm 60. And I'm going to be so happy because like I genuinely enjoyed the journey, bro. Like, this podcast is gonna live on YouTube until we die, as long as AI don't take over. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hope that one day a fucking 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old is listening to this right now, saying like, "Damn, you right, bro." And I'm gonna take some of your sauce and use it for me and go crazy and run 1,000 miles with it. You know, that's the shit that like for me is what it's all about. It's the journey, bro. It's not the end goal. You know what I'm saying? And like goals
really
in general
goals are tricky because like
right. That's what I'm about to just say. Yeah.
You set the goal, then you get there, and it's like,
now what?
Damn, like you want to be a millionaire, you want to go up, you want to do your thing, you want to get to this money, and then you're like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Then you get that first M.
Right.
And then you realize there's niggas with 100 M's.
Right.
And then you get that 100 M's and you realize there's niggas with bills.
Right.
And then you get the bill, then you realize there's niggas with 100 bills. And then I would imagine when you get 100 billion, you like, oh shit.
Niggas trying to kill me.
You feel me? You feel me?
Nah, no
Now
cap.
you waking up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and niggas is standing next to your bed like with a letter and some you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell
no
you to
cap.
prick your finger and shit.
Right.
Yeah, bro. So you set these goals, bro, but it's really the journey is the destination. If y'all haven't read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, man, great book. You feel me? And it really talks about the journey. You feel me? You get that pot of gold. You know, if you work hard enough, you fall 7 times, you get up 8. That 8th time you stand up, you might win.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But when you win, what you really gonna be grateful for is all of the memories and the experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's not the win itself. The win itself is almost like, it's like almost like kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, you see niggas win the Super Bowl and they happy. I'm sure I never won a bowl.
For sure.
You feel me? I never touched the M yet. But I would imagine you get to that point and you like, oh shit, you enjoy it. You like, yeah, I'm a Super Bowl champion. Right. But niggas is crying not because they won the Super Bowl. They crying because of everything that they did up until that point.
Exactly.
To make that shit happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Grammys. Same thing when niggas sign record deals. Right. It's like, So yeah, bro.
So you gotta. I enjoy the process. I enjoy this right now, having this conversation.
Me too, bro.
You feel me?
Me too. Yeah.
You feel me? Like we done known each other 7 years.
Yeah.
First time we ever met, you was like, yo, I got this hat for you. I got this clothes for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to
do something with it.
Do something with it, and like at the time, it didn't mean shit, like in the grand scheme of things. But like you probably was like, okay, bet this means something to me. Like I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And look at what it turned into.
Mm-hmm.
You doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. We can add value, exchange value. You know what I'm saying? Like help each other grow. Like boom. Like oh, I know a dude that's got a platform. I may know an artist, or I may know an athlete that's got some motion that could really help your shit. You may know a A&R, or you know what I'm saying, that can help my shit. And we've been friends for 7 years. We probably gonna be friends in 7 years. And it's like shit like that you can't buy, bro. You cannot buy. So it's like, but the way you get that is by being real, being genuine, and understanding that, like, you know, having that understanding of like, I gotta be a good person. I gotta be genuine so that these types of things can happen. Because otherwise you gonna fuck up and then like look around and be like, damn, I got nobody to turn to. Cause I done fucked somebody over. I was trying to just see what I could get out of somebody, and it's like, bro, may God bless you on your path. You feel
Shout
me?
out Mr. Organic, man. May God bless them on their path.
No cap.
And this nigga dude said we probably gonna be friends for another 7 years. Nigga, this 4L.
Facts, no cap.
But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go through things with some people, you have conversations, you know what I'm saying? You see shit, you feel me? And that shit that just ties you in, you feel me?
Okay.
But shit, man, let's talk about this album you working on, bro, before we get out of here.
Man, yeah, bro. I feel like I've been like teasing the album like my whole career for real.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, I'm just at a point where I got so much music, it's not even funny. And I got like a certain group of songs that really all cohesively fit. And it's like, you know, if I can get the back end shit, like the paperwork done and everything, because I don't like to let other people do my shit, especially when it comes to business and shit. So I like do all the contracts, I do all the everything, and yeah, that shit takes time and effort. And it's like by the time I actually get shit done, like this is the shit that be happening, right? I'll be like, all right, bet I'm about to drop an album. It'll take me like 3 months to get everything in order, and then by that time I done made some fire shit, so I'm like, damn, I really want these 3 on the album.
Yeah.
Then it's like restructuring, then like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit be happening. Artists, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like that shit be happening, and it is what it is. But you know, I'm also like, I'm still learning, bro. Like I'm a student of the game at the end of the day, and like I'm learning and I'm figuring out new swag, I'm figuring out new styles, I'm figuring out like new ways to like bring my vocal to the front of the mix, like all different type of shit, bro. So, you know, this project that I got right now, bro, is like, it's just real authentic, bro. It's real true to me. Like I kind of just got out of because I'm older now, I'm no longer like saying shit that I think Uzi would say, or saying shit that I think like the people would want to hear, because that's what's trending. I'm actually just like,
Or that's what a rapper would say.
that's what a rapper would say. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, bro, like I'm legitimately a rapper. Like, you feel me? Like like that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I no longer am like in that headspace immaturely of like I need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being me, and like I'm taking what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? And my music is, you're able to see that through my music. And, you know, I don't think I'm at like a peak or a pinnacle by any means, but like the shit that I got in the tuck, bro, is like my best shit ever. So, you know.
What's the name of the project?
Shit. I don't even know for real. Honestly, I don't even know, man. Like, cause I had it, like the name that I had was Sapien Demo Tapes, but I just felt like this technically is like my debut.
So you don't want to call it Demo Tapes?
I mean, because realistically, that's a better description. It's an accurate description of like, because these songs potentially, like, I would sell all of them. I would sell all of them. And I think like a lot of artists probably, like some big artists would be like, yo, let me get that. For sure. Like, bro, imagine fucking Kid Laroi on Red Dress. You know what I'm saying?
Or Ken Carson on Stepping in My Ricks.
Like, bro,
Yeah.
you feel me? So they're really demos. Like, they're legitimately demos. But at the same time, like, until that opportunity arises, if it ever does, like, these are my songs.
Yeah.
So it's like, and Sapien, like, I've talked about what Sapien is, but, like, Sapien is basically just, like, my brand, my, like, my group, my collective, and it's like the word sapien is an acronym, and it means somehow all people involved eventually navigate. And like I got a lot of big plans about what I want to do with just the brand in general, and like the products that I want to offer to the world and to the game and to the industry, and the people who used to, or the people who are in the position I used to be in. So I definitely wanted to have sapien in it.
Why don't you just call that bitch Sapien?
I could do that too. I mean, I could do that too. Like, should I just do that?
Just call that bitch Sapien.
And just run off and just run with it?
Sapien is hard as fuck.
It is, bro. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing, bro. I need to, like, you know, I need to really, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, 'cause
dive into that.
The first project by Ducey Gold.
Yeah.
It encapsulates so many different things in once.
It does. And it's really, like, it's a true description of, like, my whole entire journey for real, for real. Because it's like somehow all people involved eventually navigate. And what I mean by navigate is like they figure out where the fuck they need to go. Whether it's with me, against me, without me, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody figures out what's best for them eventually. I just like to be one of those motherfuckers that figures it out quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
So, yeah, bro. Sapien. That might be what it's called. Y'all just have to stay tuned. You feel me?
Stay tuned, man. We might have just did some shit on Cut Different TV.
You never know.
But shit, man. So we were talking earlier, right? And obviously, right, like Cut Different TV is, you know, we have primarily artists on, but we're working with creatives and we work with people in the creative space. And I say all that to say, if you watching this interview right now and you a fashion guru, you a stylist, you a designer, you somebody that's doing anything creatively and you feel like you cut different, don't be afraid to reach out to the team and see what's up, man. Like let's talk, let's build connections, join the Cut Different family. Because if you cut different regardless of if it's music, if you putting up 30, if you doing what you doing on the field, if you playing ball, it doesn't matter. If you cut different, you cut different. But you was talking about being an influencer.
Yeah.
I said, we're going to talk about your artistry. We're going to talk about the music. You like, I feel like I'm an influencer, though.
No cap. Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
Bro, like, I be influencing motherfuckers. Like, I be just the way I carry myself, like, my opinions, like, the way I am. I'm a grown-ass man. And, like, I influence people. And I take that as not as an ego thing. It's more so like a responsibility. It's a weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, men in our age range, like, that is like one of our biggest responsibilities. We supposed to influence like younger men and even like sometimes older men who don't got their shit together. Like, I take that as a responsibility. But it's also from the social media and like entertainment perspective too. Like, a lot of people, like, they see my swag and, like, you know what I'm saying, they see what I do and, like, they like, damn, like, I want to do that, you know? I got so many people that be in my DMs and, like, from my hometown and just all over, bro, like, be like, yo, like, that's fire, bro. I like what you're doing, da-da-da-da, keep going, like, you know, like, you know? So I just think in general, like, an influencer is probably a better description of me currently than just, like, an artist because I've been making music for a long time, but at this point, like, I'm influencing people to, one, chase their dreams and say fuck what the conventional route is. So that's influence number one. Influence number two is, like, my swag, like, the way I, like, drip, you know what I'm saying? The way that I, like, I put shit on. Like, I definitely think people, like, are taking notes, you feel me? Or I will at least hope they are. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, I'm just influencing shit. My music is literally, like, affecting people's, like, whole ass, like, vibrational ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? I'm influencing people by, like, sonically. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't take that for granted either. Like, that's a real thing. Like, I'm an influencer. And so, you know, I just think that's like a better description, a more accurate description of like what I do, you know? So,
that's fine. That's a good way to look at shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or you're not, as an artist, you know what I'm saying? As a creative in general, anybody that's doing anything, you could be a marketer, you could be in tech sales, you could be doing whatever it is that you're doing. If you good at what you're doing, you influencing somebody to either want to do what you're doing or you're having to influence them that, you know, your product or what you're pushing out or the words that are coming out of your mouth are worthy of listening to,
right,
are worthy of representing. You wearing that Balenciaga shirt right now. I wish it was 7th Thought Club. We already know you a part of the club.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? You a member.
Sure. I'm the ambassador, damn near.
You wearing the Balenciaga, right? You are an ambassador, but you wearing the Balenci right now, and that's because they influenced you that you should be wearing Balenci.
Type shit. And
like, honestly,
fuck Balenciaga to keep it a whole bean. Like, keep it a whole bean. Fuck Balenciaga. But we're not going to get into that. But, I mean, shit, honestly, like, niggas is traveling. Niggas is still grinding. Like, niggas is getting on fucking American Airlines flights with book bags. And it just so happened that I had a Balenciaga shirt. You feel me? Like, it is what it is.
Type shit.
It'll be either Sapien or 7th Eye Club next time.
Say less.
You heard me.
You know the vibe, man. Yeah. Join the club. You dig? But anyways, man, before we get out of here, if you watch this interview all the way through this point, first off, I want y'all to understand that this is genuine, man. This is my brother right here. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, obviously artists that we've interviewed and worked with in the past prior to this interview dropping, you know what I'm saying? We've been able to build meaningful relationships. But I'm extremely grateful to have you on, man, because like you said, it's like, when we first met, I was like doing my brand shit. I was doing my clothes, and like not a lot of people that know me from Cut Different TV know about that Sebastian Roddy.
Right.
So we was running around, and we was both in that stage of kind of figuring out who we are.
Right.
And so now that things come full circle, and you know, rocking the iced out diamond chains, and you pulling up, and you doing the interviews, and we ripping and running through New York City, bro, and you get to sit on the platform that Vic and I have built, and we're talking about this shit, bro, like. These are the moments that when we look at this shit in 20 years, when we got little mini Sebastian Riders and mini Ducey Goals running around, and we like, yo, we was running through this shit. You feel me?
We was having motion for real.
We was having motion for real.
Cap.
So I want y'all to know that are watching this. This is genuine. This is love in this room right now. And I hope that y'all have picked up some of these gems that he dropped. But even though you my nigga, I still got to figure out, Deuce. What makes you cut different, Ducey Gold?
I'm going to fuck your head up with this. I think the thing that makes me cut different is the fact that I'm cut from the same cloth as everybody else that, like, is like that. And what I mean by that is, like, bro, this shit is not fucking rocket science. If you want to be successful, bro, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and always believe in yourself. It's really that simple. And if you look at anybody that's successful, they do those three things, and it's really that's what makes me cut different. I'm cut from the same cloth as those people that do that. I don't fix what's broken or what's not broken. Simple as that.
You did kind of fuck my head up with that because I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Hey,
he said I'm cut different. He said I'm cut different because I'm cut from the same fabric, the same cloth as everybody else that's like that.
Right.
There's a message in there. You just got to decode it.
Run that bitch back. You might have to play it 4 or 5 times, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, play that shit 4 or 5 times. Maybe play it 10 times. And send it to your friends and tell them to play it 10 more times.
And subscribe. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, type shit. Tell them what they need to do.
Subscribe, like, share, comment.
You know the vibe.
You know the vibes.
Yeah. So, look, before we get out of here, Ducey Gold, man, tell them a little bit if there's anything, you know, tell them where they can find you at. You know, obviously, if you're already a fan of Deuce, you know where to find him. You already seen him rocking shows. But if you've seen him for the first time, where can they find you and what can they expect aside from the project that might be called Sapien coming soon?
Shit, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, at Ducey Gold, Ducey Gold. That's been my name forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm on everything. I'm on all platforms. I got a large discography, large catalog, and it's only gonna grow. I just recently got the This Is on Spotify playlist, like how the Spotify makes a playlist. I thought that was pretty cool because it's like tough. That's like the veteran stamp. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, you've been making music. You've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. So yeah, that shit. You know, that's where you can find me, man. And like, know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Young Deuce, you feel me?
Type shit, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
My brother.
We're going to go rip and run in these streets a little bit, man. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this shit up, man. I go by the name of Sebastian Ryder. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Cut Different TV. And look, man, I'll be popping my shit to y'all. I'll be breaking the third wall. I'll be telling y'all to subscribe. I'll be saying if you're not subscribing, you hating. But at the end of the day, man, just fuck it, man. You hating. If you ain't hit the subscribe button right now, bro, I don't know what the hell you got going on. Join the Cut Different family. Drop a like. And stay tuned for more fire-ass content, man. That's all we do at Cut Different, man. Real Cut Different shit. Appreciate y'all as always. Until next time.